pulled out a nifty-difty paperclip, and I handed it to her. That sealed the deal. Well, then came the time to meet her parents. Some of you know Clarence, not the little Clarence that runs around here now, but his namesake. Some of you know Clarence. He was a kind of a burly guy, not huge, just a. And I remember meeting him thinking, oh no, I'm in trouble. Because my first vision concept was, oh no, I'm in trouble. But he was a nice guy. And he thought I was fairly nice too, I guess. Nice enough to at least date his daughter. And then comes the time to meet the grandparents. We took a trip down to the big city of Chillicothe. Pulling into the house. And there I met Nellie. Nellie, she was just a little thing, but a ball of fire. She knew what she wanted, and she wanted it. And then there's Ray. What's the laughing for? Fairly tall, fairly thin, just a well-built guy. Man of few words, at least my first impression. And he knew what he wanted. Seemed to be fairly gruff. At least that was my first impression. And I was a bearded man at the time. And some of you know that you're shaking your head. He did not like beards. I thought I was going to be dead meat. Not making a good impression on this grandfather of my hopefully to-be wife. My first impressions were not true. Ray was, yes, he was a hard worker. He wanted people to work hard for him. As over the years, seems like every other week, especially when we first moved here, we were meeting people that used to work for Ray. Oh yeah, I work. Oh yeah, And he wanted you to work, but he paid you well, treated you well. He was a joker, but you had to know him to know his jokes. And Nellie, she wanted what she wanted, but she was also very giving. Our first impressions aren't always what the truth actually is. Over the years, I have had several people, and I'm sure you have heard it as well. Man, I like that Jesus of the New Testament. But that God of the Old Testament, he's mean, cruel, and nasty. He's out to get you. Anybody ever hear that? Or anybody ever have that impression? Because as you read the Old Testament, you see this group is getting wiped out, and this nation's getting wiped out, and they're just brutally being beaten up and brutally being killed, and all these horrible things. God's just a God of wrath, and he's out to get you. I don't like God the Father, but man, God the Son, he's pretty cool. So I'm going to get rid of the Old Testament, and I just want the New Testament. Because I like that Jesus of the New Testament. He's just all love and peace, and everything's hunky-dory. Well, I'd like to change your first impressions, or at least change your impressions about God, the Father. If you feel that God, the Father of the Old Testament, is an out-to-get-you God. Because that's not what he is. I'm just going to use one chapter.